Officials missed the call. Jason Kelce makes bold admission about Jalen Hurts' fumble during tush push versus Giants. Week 8 of the 2025 NFL season brought yet another dramatic chapter to the Philadelphia Eagles season, but this time, the controversy didn't come from a last-second touchdown or a questionable flag. It came from one of the most talked-about plays in football, the tush push, also known as the brotherly shove, and an unexpected fumble by Jalen Hurts against the New York Giants. What made the moment even more surprising was Jason Kelce's candid admission after the game, where he revealed that officials missed a critical call during the play. The play in question happened late in the second quarter when the Eagles faced a crucial 3-and-1 situation deep in Giants territory. As expected, Philadelphia lined up for their signature short yardage move, the tush push. It's a play that has become nearly unstoppable for the Eagles, largely due to the incredible coordination between Hurts, Kelce, and the offensive line. But this time, things didn't go as planned. Hurts took the snap, drove forward behind his powerhouse O-line, and appeared to pick up the first down. But in a shocking turn, the ball popped loose, and the Giants' defense quickly recovered it. The crowd erupted, stunned by the rare sight of Hurts losing possession during the very play that had made him famous. What followed was confusion on the field. The refs initially ruled it a fumble, then paused for review. Ultimately, the call stood, leaving Eagles fans furious and analysts debating what really happened. In the post-game press conference, Jason Kelce didn't shy away from the topic. The veteran center, who's been at the heart of the tush-push dominance, admitted that the officials missed a key detail on the play. "Yeah, it was a fumble," Kelce said, "but there was a lot happening under that pile. I think the officials missed the call because there was movement before the snap that should have been flagged. If they'd called it correctly, that play probably doesn't even happen the same way." Kelce went on to explain that the Giants' defensive line appeared to jump early, causing a disruption in timing just before the snap. That early movement may have thrown Hurts off balance, leading to the awkward exchange that resulted in the fumble. "It's a chaotic play to begin with," Kelce said. "There's so much pushing and shoving that sometimes, little things go unnoticed. But when you've got guys coming across the line early, it changes the whole dynamic." His comments instantly lit up the sports world. Fans and analysts began re-watching the clip in slow motion, and sure enough, some frames appeared to show a Giants defender crossing the neutral zone right before the snap. If true, the Eagles should have been awarded a free first down due to offside. Instead, the turnover gave the Giants prime field position and swung momentum in their favor for much of the first half. On social media, reactions poured in from all corners of the NFL community. Eagles fans accused the officials of bias or incompetence, while rival fans claimed Kelce was just making excuses for a rare mistake by Hurts. But many neutral analysts sided with Kelce's observation. Former NFL referee Gene Steratore even weighed in during the broadcast replay, noting that the defensive lineman definitely leaned across the line early and that a flag could have easily been thrown there. The fumble also reignited the league-wide debate about the tush-push legality and its impact on the game. For over a year, teams around the NFL have voiced frustration about the play, calling it unfair, rugby-style, and unsafe. Some coaches have lobbied for the league to outlaw it entirely, citing the potential for injuries and the difficulty of officiating such scrums. But the Eagles, led by Hurts, Kelce, and head coach Nick Sirianni, have continued to master it, turning it into their most reliable weapon in short yardage situations. Interestingly, Jason Kelce's comments didn't just draw attention for what he said about the missed call, but also for how honest and unfiltered he was. It's rare for an active player, especially one of Kelce's stature, to openly suggest that officials got something wrong in such a critical moment. "Look, refs have a tough job," Kelce added during his post-game interview. "There's bodies flying everywhere, the noise is insane, and it all happens in a split second. But yeah, I do think they missed that one." Hurts, for his part, kept things brief when asked about the incident. "It happens," the Eagles quarterback said. "You learn from it, move on, and make sure it doesn't happen again. We've run that play 100 times. You take the good with the bad." His calm demeanor contrasted sharply with the heated fan reactions online, but that's classic Jalen Hurts, focused, composed, and unwilling to throw anyone under the bus. Kelce, however, wasn't done addressing the scrutiny around the tush push itself. On his New Heights podcast with his brother Travis Kelce, Jason revisited the play in more detail later in the week. "We've had that play mastered for 2 years now," Kelce said. "People can complain about it all they want, but if teams don't like it, they can stop it, legally. Don't jump early, don't crowd the line, and maybe you won't cause chaos that ends in a fumble." He also used the opportunity to defend Hurts, emphasizing how much physical and mental effort it takes to execute the play consistently. Jalen's one of the strongest dudes I've ever played with. That play works because of how much power he generates and how much trust we have as a unit. One slip doesn't define that. Even with the controversy, the Eagles bounced back strong in the second half of the game, rallying behind a solid defensive performance and clutch throws from Hurts to seal a 24-17 win over the Giants. The victory pushed Philadelphia's record to 6-2, keeping them firmly in the NFC playoff race. But the conversation after the game wasn't about the win, it was about officiating, fairness, and whether the tush push is becoming too dominant for its own good. Former players like J.J. Watt and Julian Edelman weighed in on national shows, echoing Kelce's frustrations with missed calls but also acknowledging how impossible the play is to officiate cleanly. "When you've got 20 men piled up in 1 yard of space," Edelman said, "you're not going to see everything. It's chaos. It's trench warfare." In the days following, the NFL reportedly reviewed the play as part of their standard officiating evaluation process, though no official statement has been released regarding any missed calls. However, multiple insiders hinted that the league may once again revisit the tush-push rulebook this offseason, especially as teams continue to complain about the difficulty of defending it fairly. For now, though, Jason Kelce's comments serve as a reminder of just how gritty, controversial, and unpredictable the sport can be. Even one of the most routine plays for the Eagles, one that's practically automatic, can suddenly spiral into a turning point because of a missed flag or an unlucky fumble. And in classic Kelce fashion, he didn't hold back when speaking the truth as he saw it.